Welcome back to the podcast. I'm your host, Jeremy Miller. Every week, I chat with fascinating people from all walks of life in order to bring you knowledge, inspiration, and insight. If you enjoy the show, you can support it by subscribing, leaving a review, and sharing it with a friend. This is the Jeremy Miller Podcast. Deuce Caston. Deuce got the juice.
That's me.
Welcome to Austin, Texas, dude.
Thanks for having me, bro. I'm glad to be here.
Stoked to have you here, man. We met at Running Man.
Officially, yes, sir.
That was what, like 2 months ago, maybe?
Yeah, September. Dang, that's flown by.
It's been a minute.
Yeah.
And you did your first 50K there.
Yeah.
Dude, what do you think of Running Man?
It was a great, adventure kind of trip. I've never done anything like that.
It's unique.
Yeah, it's definitely unique. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, I feel like, every year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was that your first?
First time, yeah.
Okay.
Was that your first time too?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
So, I was hyped. I got offered out of nowhere the trip, and I was like, in the middle of nowhere, in a tent.
Dude, it's a very interesting event.
100%.
I same thing for me. I got invited like a couple weeks before.
And it was
would you go again, you think?
Yes, but I don't know. Because it's like an experience that once you do it, I don't know if it's something you have to do again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Would you do it again?
Maybe. I don't think, I'll explain, but I don't think I would pay to go. Because living in Austin, you can probably relate to this being in Tampa. I feel like I already get that social fix and the community aspect being 100%. In Austin. But if I lived somewhere where I grew up in Wyoming, nobody runs. There's no communities. Right. There's nothing like that for health and wellness. I would for sure pay to go something like that to get that experience.
I feel like for me, the reason why I say I would is because I don't get to run with people like you every day. You know what I'm saying? I love my community, but being able to interact with you and Devin and I met Caden. And now we're good friends, and he lives an hour away from me. Yeah. So
I definitely don't regret going by any means.
Oh no, not
I think
at
it
all.
was it was very unique. That's the best word to describe.
That's the only way to describe it. It's a unique experience.
Yeah, because it's like Burning Man.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
It has festival vibes, but health and wellness.
For running.
And there's so many cool people. I met a lot of cool people there.
Oh, and Jesse is freaking amazing.
Yeah.
So I got to meet Jesse, and that was cool.
That's sick.
So it's that part. It's because I don't get to run with Jesse every day in Tampa. You know, so I feel like that's the only reason why it's that once, and I like that it's once a year. So it's once a year I get to run with everyone from around the country, and that comes here, and the other run influencers. Right. So that's my only reason why I'm I would go back for that aspect. But in the aspect of you said, I get the community run every day.
Right.
I love my community in Tampa.
Yeah.
I think it's unmatched. So I know Austin's got a great scene, but Tampa.
I gotta come out to Tampa. I've never been.
We're setting that up. That's happening.
It seems like there's a lot going on out there.
Bro, you got to come for a race. Gasparilla. That's
I've heard of that one.
That's the big half that we do. It's in February, in the last weekend of February.
Ooh.
And it's a fast course, just straight down and back on Bayshore right there on the water. Sick.
That's sick. Have you done it before?
That was my first race.
Oh, dude. That's where you did 129?
I was sub 130, let's do it. And 129, 21, I think, or something like that.
That's sick, man. Dude, well, you're not a runner historically.
Not at all.
Athlete.
I run with the ball in my hand.
Right. Very different from running a half marathon.
100%, bro.
And you just kind of got into it recently, right? And now you're this big running creator, influencer.
I think that's so crazy. It happened so fast. I never would have thought in a million years this is what I'd be doing. Running and lifting and making content about running is actually insane to me. Workout, yeah.
Yeah.
But me being this running guy is just mind blowing to me because I think last year first I ever ran was a 5K. That was it. Dang. And I never thought about doing more than that. That wasn't even a thought to mine. I would just run the little I think back home it's the Susan G. Komen race for the cure for the breast cancer.
Oh, nice.
And that was the thing we did in our hometown once a year. Me and my mom would do that race, and that was it. That's all I do.
That's
and then
awesome.
Now it's oh, it's Saturday. I got to go for a 15-mile long run. And it's what are you training for? Absolutely nothing. It's
so wild.
This is just happening today.
Dude, it's funny. That's you get sucked in to the running community, and it's it's so normalized.
Bro. And I'm talking to people, and they're what'd you do today? I'm like, I only ran 7. And they're like, what do you mean you ran 7 miles? I'm like, yeah, I didn't want to do 10 or nothing. And they're like, what? And I'm like, oh, okay, I guess that is a lot. But before getting in the running community, like, that actually sounds insane to do. Like, what do you mean you're running 7 miles?
I remember when I first got into running and I told somebody I ran 5 miles that morning and they're like, is that like a marathon? Like, I'm like, bro, you know what 5 miles is, right? Like, it's so funny. Yeah, like if you're just the average person that doesn't do this stuff,
it's insane to hear.
It sounds so crazy.
Bro, I talked to somebody and they were like, they said, how many miles do you run today? And I told them, it was like a Saturday, I ran like 15 or 17 miles. And then they go, I haven't even drove my car that much this week. I'm like, dang.
People always say, like, I wouldn't even drive that far.
Like, I never thought about that. Like, and then like, they're like, yeah, dude, you put up more miles this month than I put on my car because my job's down the street. And I'm like, dang, that's actually insane.
That's so funny. Yeah, you said this year you're about to hit 1,500 miles.
Dude, I'm hyped. First time, last year was 500. And then we just threw a little 1,000 on this year.
That's awesome, like, man.
My legs feel great though. So it's
dude, I bet I probably didn't even run 500 miles because this is your second full year of running.
Mm-hmm.
I want to look back at mine. I bet I didn't even hit 500. Like you're so far ahead.
But it's because I'm meeting people like you. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like,
that's sick.
I feel like the biggest thing when it comes to like working out and running, it's like the community and who you surround yourself with. And then like, if I'm surrounding myself with people like you, that's freaking hiking 14,000 foot mountains for no reason, like for absolutely no reason at all, but to literally do it for yourself. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, to me, that's so sick because I love that. Like, there's no better satisfaction than like just saying you did it for yourself. Like, there's no reward. There's no like, you're not getting paid to do this. Like, I mean, to make content, but end of the day, you still wanted to do it.
Yeah.
And it's like that satisfaction of like, dang, I did this. And it's like, you just feel like a badass. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's no other way to feel about it.
Yeah. But that's a good way to describe running is like, nobody's making you run. Like, you don't have to do a half marathon. Like, whenever would somebody just go run 26 miles? Like, if it didn't have the race attached to it.
Right.
It's like, I mean, I guess people do it on their own sometimes, but like, it's just for the sole reason that like, you just want to make yourself better.
Literally. That's it. And I think that's the best part about just like that community and not having to do it alone. Yeah. I feel like makes it even better. Cause it's like, let's say if I didn't have the community I probably would have ran like, just to beat last year, like I would probably ran like 600-700 this year. But it's like, dude, I get, especially now with the content as well, but I get a DM, I get a text, hey, we're at the track tomorrow. Hey, we're doing this Saturday. Like, and I've became the friend now that everyone knows that I'm crazy and I love doing stuff. So they're like, hey, I got 20 miles Saturday. You want to pace me? I'm like, yeah, of course. Like, no, I don't. But actually, yeah, I do. Like, I'll do it. And that's the friend I've become. Like, I love being the friend that, oh, you want to do something hard? Call Deuce. And like, I love that. Like, I've literally gotten probably in the past month, like 4 or 5 invites to like run with my friends because they were doing like this crazy long run or like doing this hard workout. And, all right, sweet. I'm the guy you want to call to do hard shit with. Like, let's do it.
That's sick.
So I like that.
What are your football friends, like your old friends that you grew up playing sports with? Like, what do they think?
Bro, so I think it's funny because they all look at me like, bro, like, you're crazy. Like, there's like, does she do what? But the thing that I love about it is before I started making content, I was already starting to like get off into this stuff and like running and lifting. And the thing was, before the running, it was just lifting. And I would run like to just get in shape like 2 miles a day. And I would post about it just on my story. I had like 4,000 followers, but that was just like friends and people I've met along the way. And I like turned myself into like this robot of like, I wake up at 4:30, go to the gym at 5, run at 6:30. And that was what I did every day before my 8 o'clock job. And it was like, I post about this and it wasn't even about like to try to make content. I would just post on my story and my friends would see that. And then at first they're like, dude, like you're crazy. But then like after a while, they're like, they see my body change and they see like me change. And then they're like, dude, send me your workout. send me this, send me that, send me that. And I like was a mini influencer to just like my friends. And seeing that change was like really dope to me. But like the crazy part now is like, now it's just not my close friends. It's the however many thousand people that follow me now. So I love that because it's like, dude, seeing your close friends kind of change because of you. And I think the funniest part is my like actual close friend group. I started golfing right after school. And like my close friend group is literally like all like ex-football players, college, NFL guys that are done, whatever, like, or just getting done, whatever. But I started golfing and I'm like, y'all go buy a golf club so we can go golf. Right. So like now like we're taking golf trips. Like on my birthday, like 2 years ago, we go play at freaking Trump National in Doral. Like it was sick. And we do that for my birthday. Me and my close friend Cyril, he played for the Bucks, won a Super Bowl. And now I got him golfing. You know what I'm saying? It's like then, but the craziest part is like he ran track in college. He didn't play football. He's a 7-time All-American 400 runner. Yeah, I think it's 400.
Damn.
Dude, like, and coolest thing about that was like, now like I got him golfing, but then I started running. And so I'm like, hey bro, you want to run a race together? He's like, no. And I'm like, nah, like do it. But now he called me the other day. He's like, I just ran 5 miles. I was like, why? He's like, I don't know, but dude, it felt good. Like, and I'm like, let's go. And then awesome. I got my other close friend. We ran a freaking half marathon together. He played in NFL for 10 years. Dude never thought about freaking running long distance, but he was like, after my first half, he calls me the week after. He's like, bro, you inspired me to do a race. Like, let's do one together. Like, boom. Next thing, and he lives in California, in LA. Oh, bro, I found a race in San Diego, a half for us to do. Like, sign up, let's do it. So I'm like, I'll run your first half with you. Like, let's do this. So I even like set him up for training plan and everything. And he runs his first half marathon and crushed it, bro, with like, he only trained for like 2 months. Like, dude's a natural athlete. He ran like 145 or 140. I don't know. It might have been faster. I don't know. But freaking crushed it with like 2 months of training. Dude,
that's crazy.
And inconsistent as I don't know what, but he's just a freaking athlete. Like, dude's a dog. He just got inducted into the the College Football Hall of Fame, bro. Damn. At Oregon. Yeah, freaking insane.
That's legendary.
So like inspiring my close friends feels even crazier than like the people I don't know, because these are people that are like he's a freaking College Football Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like me, I've inspired you to become a runner now. Like, and now we're doing a high rocks together.
That's so like, sick.
Dude, like it's sick to me.
Dude, you've got the personality for it. Like, you're just like the smiley, like very relatable, just like likable person. So I'm not surprised.
Yeah. That's just been me forever. I'm just gonna be me forever. I feel like that's what makes my content good is I'm just me on the camera.
Yeah.
And everyone I feel like always told me my whole life, like, you should make content. You should do this. Like, why don't you do YouTube? Like, you should be on TV somewhere. And I'm like, maybe one day. But I just never put that foot forward to do it. And then finally this year, I was like, you know what? Let's try it out.
That's awesome.
And it just freaking...
When did you start like actually posting more consistently?
Literally March. Like,
really?
I told myself,
that's
I was
crazy.
Like, the only way to get good at it is obviously consistently posting.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm posting every day this week. Like, do it. Like, at first I was like, do I save up a bank and like feed from it? But I'm like, no, I just need to just do it because I'm going to keep pushing it off. And posted every day for a week. And I'm like, okay, like this is good. And then when it really took off, craziest thing that happened, and I thank God for her, I freaking met Kat Stickler. And she's this freaking social media phenomenal person. Like, and she didn't even know I wanted to make content when we first met and everything. I just invited her to Run Club. She finally comes, and I made like a little funny video about bringing your influencer friend to Run Club, right? And like, she's just like, how long are we running? This fast? For that long? And like, it's so funny. But, and then like we started hanging out and like coming to Run Club and stuff. And I'm like, she's like, wait, so you want to actually make content? I'm like, yeah. And she's like, oh, dude, like I'm down to like make content with you whenever, dude.
Dude, that's
like,
awesome.
Let's do it. And first video goes completely crazy viral. It's like 17 something million views. Like, 700,000 likes. Like, it's insane.
Jeez.
And it was like a 10-second, 15-second clip of us like running down the street making a little funny video. And after that, we just started making funny stuff. Like, I taught her slang in one video, bro. Like, it's hilarious. We're like dancing in one video. Like, his cat invited to the cookout. And like, these videos just get like millions of views. And like, at that point, my following started growing like crazy with her. But then what really jumped it off is I freaking made a Find Your Wife at Run Club video. And,
Those are so good.
From there, I think I gained like 20-some thousand followers from one video. Whoa. The first one I posted, I gained 20-some thousand followers.
That's crazy.
And after that, now it's like, well, we're in the deep end now. Like, we're making content for real. And then, you know, it's been like, that was like maybe April or May when I first made that video. And I've made like 3 or 4 since then. And they've all done pretty good. And like, that's like who I am now. Like, oh, he's here for the women. Like,
which is funny because like actually knowing you, like you're not like that,
bro. And I think it's so funny because the people that don't know me think I'm just like this like player. Like, he's like, oh no, he's here for the girls. Like, and I'm just like, if you actually get to know me, like, I just have this personality. I love to talk. I talk to anybody, like whatever. But it's not who I really am, dude. Like, I don't care about that stuff. But if it makes content and, you know, the content makes money, yeah, we're just going to keep making it.
Yeah, dude, I mean, and now you're like full-time content, right? So
3 months in,
dude, that's awesome.
Content.
What made, how did you make that decision? Because you had a job before, right?
Right. I was in sales. But I just got into sales. So I wasn't like deep off in it. So it was kind of easy to kind of walk away. And it was just like, all right, we've been making this with sales every month. Oh, we matched that with content? All right, cool. Scratch the sales. Let's grind the content out. Because it was like, if I'm doing, you know, if I'm half in both of these, like, neither one of them's going to hit their full potential. And it's like, well, which one do I see myself trying to actually really do good at and push and make the most money that I can? And I'm like, dude, I'm having fun with content. Yeah. Like, I like sales. It was cool, but it's a grind.
Yeah.
Like, everything in life is a grind when you first start. But like, I'm like, do I want to grind for this or do I want to grind for this? And it was like, I'd rather grind out the content.
Yeah,
like,
dude. I think if you have to make the choice between like a job or doing something on your own, like, always choose yourself.
It's easy.
Always
I'm betting
invest
on
in
myself
yourself.
every time.
Yeah.
Well, so how long did you like do content and work? Or did you just jump off into content?
I did like freelance photo and video. I was shooting like weddings and real estate, all that stuff. I did that. So I was self-employed for like 2 or 3 years. And then I went and worked at BPN. And then was there for like 6 months and like kind of still did a little bit of content on the side. And then I was doing everything for Nick. And I was like, dude, I could just do this for myself. So I left after like 6 months and did basically what I was doing for him, but just like made myself the subject essentially. Right. And like put my own voice into it. Right. So it was maybe like, I kind of have always been doing it. Mm-hmm. But like when I left there, that's when like you said, you have to commit, be like, okay, I'm a content creator. Mm-hmm. This is what I do. This is my job. I'm going to post every day and treat it like
a job.
A job. Exactly.
Yep.
So now that was over 2 years ago now that I've been just content basically.
That's sick. Dude. Yeah. Like, and that's like the inspiring thing. It's like meeting people like you. And it's like, dude, like there's nothing different. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you have a crazy work ethic. I love that about you. That's why I really relate to you. And it's like, now I see what you've done. And it's like, you just kind of laid out the groundworks. And it's like, dude, like, this is all you have to do.
Yeah.
Be consistent and love what you do and just let that shine through what you post. And it's just like, boom, like it just happens. Like without you even really realizing, like, and then you look back and it's like, dang, like that's where I started. And it's like, you know, like, this is what I'm making now. And it's like, you know,
it's cool with content too, because you have like the like breadcrumb trail of everything you've done. Like you can look back at your old videos and see how terrible they probably were and be like, damn, I can't believe I posted that.
Like you look at the like edits and it's like, I thought I did so good. And I'm like, now I'm like, even just 6 months ago, I'm like, dude, that was terrible. Yeah. I'm like, but like, I love the like authenticity behind it. It's like everyone like, you know, they liked it then, but like now the videos, like they love it. So
yeah. And it's like a good way to see yourself grow, I think.
100%.
And I think if you looked back and be like, man, I wish my videos looked like that now. Mm-hmm. Like you wouldn't be growing. You wouldn't be getting better. I think you want to look back and like cringe a little bit. Oh, the dog, dude.
Just came out of nowhere. Hey, buddy.
The attention horse.
I love him.
Yeah, dude. A lot of people ask me like the secret to being a content creator. Like, there's no secret.
There's no secret.
It's just be yourself and make content. Like
every time. And be consistent.
Yeah, be
consistent. That's the biggest. The secret is consistency.
Yeah.
And that's what like everything in life I feel.
Yeah.
Like, why do you look like that? Because I'm consistent. Why do you post times like that? Because I'm consistent. Like for my first race, that first half marathon, I told everyone before I even like, dude, I've never ran 13 miles in my life. I never ran 10 miles in my life. Like the first time I ran 13 miles was the half marathon. Really? So like, yeah, I ran, like my coach set up, he was like, the fastest you're going to run is 12 miles before, like for training. And I told everyone before I even started training, like, what do you want to run for the race? I'm like, sub 130. Because I hear, like, I don't know, I'm hearing everybody say that my coach is like, dude, you can do 130. And this dude's like a dog and he's been doing it for a little minute. And I'm like, he's like, no, like you can do 130, sub 130. Like I'm telling you. And I'm talking to everyone from Run Club and stuff. I'm like, oh, what are you aiming for? 145. I just want to break 2 hours. And I'm just like, I want to do sub 130. They're like, oh, okay. And I'm like, is it really that crazy? Because like only other person I knew that wanted to do that was like my training partner, but he's ran a half before. And the only way I knew to do it was attack the training. I didn't miss a day. I like no excuses if it was raining. Like we're running in the rain. Like I just attacked it like a sports, like, you know what I'm saying? Like football. Like I know is like, just go do it. And the consistency just like throughout training. And I'm hitting the times he's telling me to hit. And every day I'm running like 6 days a week or 5 days with 2 rest days, whatever it was. But the consistency. Yeah. And it just paid off. And race day, we were at 129. I'm like, all right, we did it. It was awesome. A grind, but consistency.
Yeah, dude. So much of it too is just having the confidence and belief in yourself. Like you could have easily been like, I'm just gonna run 145, and you probably would have ran like a 144. But you had the like slight delusion of, oh, what if I could actually break 130?
Right.
Dude, like that goes so far in like business and life. Everything. It's just having that belief in yourself.
I'm like a huge like faith-based person. Like I go to church every Sunday. I've been going to church since I was freaking born. Like, and I feel like once I got out of the house and got to college, I stung away from it a little bit. But then I had to, immediately like, hey, let's lock back in on what's important in life. And found church and got back into it, and like FCA and stuff at school I was big in, and that plays like such a big thing, I feel like, for me. And I don't know your beliefs on that part, but I'm huge on that. And like I call it Godfidence, like
oh confidence. Yeah, I like that.
You know what I'm saying? So I've heard someone say it before, and I was like, dang, I love that. So it's like that faith that like I know he's got me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I just gotta do the work.
So, I love that. Yeah, I'm not super religious. I have I like my own kind of belief system, my own spirituality.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that though. I love everything that religion stands for, like morals and being a better person. Like
100%.
I love all that stuff. And if it makes you a better person, whatever it is, I don't give a crap. Like do whatever you want.
That's what I tell people.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people are like, oh, I'm not religious, but like whatever. But people have their own reasons of why.
Yeah.
And it's like a lot of them, like, I understand. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to look at you as a worse person because you're not a Christian and go to church every Sunday and this, that, and the third. There are amazing people in this world that don't do it.
Yeah.
I just choose to because I feel like it makes me a better person. I'm not going to say it makes you a better person. You might hate it. So,
yeah. I think, people, I'm always on the side of like, do whatever you want as long as you're not harming anybody else and you're making yourself better.
Exactly.
Yeah.
As long as you make yourself better, that's truly all that matters at the end of the day.
100%.
Spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically, whatever.
Yeah. So you played college football. That was a Christian, or was it Catholic school?
Yeah, dude, it was a Catholic school. It was my last 2 years, but it was a Catholic school in San Antonio. Dude, it was cool. It was different,
Yeah. Where'd you play the first 2 years?
So, dude, I have the craziest college experience for sports.
Tell us actually how you got into college football, because like you were like star quarterback in Louisiana, right?
Dude, so it's hilarious. So I was like the biggest school in the state at the time, I think, and I was a quarterback, and we ran the wing tee, so it wasn't like your typical like spread offense of throw the ball like crazy, but I threw the ball because like I begged my coach. I'm like, dude, like, let's throw the ball. And like, our team was good at it. Like, I was good at throwing the ball, and we did it. And like, I think I set like the passing record for my school because they weren't like that crazy, because we didn't throw the ball.
Or you're just that good.
Well, whatever you want to say. But so I'm like going to college for football, and I'm talking to schools, and they're like, "Oh, we want you to come as an athlete. We want you to come as an athlete." And I'm like, "Nah, I want to play quarterback." Like,
what does that mean? Just like come in, like we'll put you in a random position?
It's kind of more like, if you can play quarterback here and like you show that here, like we'll try you there first. But like if it's an immediate like no, we're gonna put you at like running back, receiver, or are they just gonna bring you there and put you at running back or receiver anyway?
Yeah.
Wherever they see fit for you. And so in my head, I'm like, y'all are just gonna move me to running back or receiver. Like I don't want to do that. And that was like more so the D1 schools I was talking to all wanted me to come as an athlete. And I'm like, that's not what I want. Like I want to be a quarterback. And I was so stubborn on it that I went to a D2 school in the middle of nowhere, Arkansas. I mean, like, dude, it was Arkansas, Monticello. It's a D2 school in Monticello, Arkansas. The town has like, it's a town. It has like 7,000 people. The biggest thing there is a movie theater and a Walmart right next door to each other. I mean, like, dude,
what's the name of the school?
Arkansas, Monticello, UAM.
Okay.
You know what our mascot was? The boll weevils. Do you know what a boll weevil is?
Nope.
I forgot, but it's something about the cotton. Okay, this is gonna sound crazy, but it's something with cotton. But like, dude, it's stupid. But bro, like the practice field was like right by a cow pasture. So like right where the quarterbacks were in that little corner, there's cows literally like 20 feet away from me.
Oh my gosh.
So it smelled like shit. Like the whole practice, like, bro. But it was a cool experience. I hated it. Like,
but you got to play quarterback, right?
But I went to play quarterback, and like I got to like second string, like as a freshman. Like they brought in like two other guys with me. I beat them out. I beat the next guy out. I was like second string, and like I ended up redshirting because the quarterback that was the starter, like he didn't get hurt or anything, and they were just like, all right, we're just gonna redshirt you because we're like 5 games into the season. I'm like, cool. So I redshirted, so I didn't play that year. And I hated that place. So I left after the first semester. I was like, I'm out of here. And I was like, you know what? I'll go play receiver, like running back. Like, I'm just like, dude, like, I don't even care at this point. Like, let's go somewhere and have fun. Like, I can't do this. Like, I wasn't happy at all.
Yeah.
And so I went to the school that was recruiting me as like an athlete before. I knew the whole coaching staff, and I took visits to their schools and stuff before. So hit him up. He's like, oh, yeah, come on. I'd love to have you here. So I go there, and this was at the time before the transfer portal. You know, it's like the huge thing now with all the NILs and like, you hop in the portal, and this kid's at this school one year, this school the next year.
Right.
But this was the year before that. So you had to sit out the first year once you transferred. So I transfer, I sit out a year. So now I redshirted, and then I had to sit out a year. So I haven't played football in 2 years. Like an actual live game. Like I'm practicing and all this stuff and scrimmages, but like I haven't been in like the fire for real in like 2 years now. So then the next year comes around, we get a whole new coaching staff basically, except for like the head coach. And now me and the receiver coach didn't really like click or anything. And like, he just kind of, I don't know, that's another story. But I was like not playing now. And so I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna hop in the portal because like, if you're going to be here, like, I don't really see this working out because,
That's
and
a bummer.
so hop in the portal. Now that's how we get to UIW.
Okay.
And so I get here, I get to San Antonio, and I'm like hyped. They just had like 2 senior receivers that went like crazy, like 1,000-something yards. And the quarterbacks that like, he was a true freshman that led the team to like their first like conference title into the playoffs. And so I'm like, they got 2 senior receivers leaving. Like, I want to go fill one of those roles. You know, play with the quarterback for the next 2 years. Like, it'd be sick. Get there, go through spring ball. I'm like having a great spring ball. Come back for fall camp, and they go, first day, hey, we need to talk in the office. I'm like, all right, what's up? So you're ineligible. And I'm like, we're not doing this again. So they have a rule that apparently no one knew before I went there, or if not, I would have went to a JUCO. But you can't go to 3 4-year universities in a row. It's called a 4-4-4 rule at the time.
Interesting.
But now with the transfer portal, you see kids go play at 5 schools in 2 years. Like, it's insane. But yeah, so I was ineligible for the next year. So now it's like been 4 years since I've played a legit game. Like, I've just been in school practicing basically.
Damn.
And dude, so it's terrible. And then you know what happens the next year? COVID. So now, dude, so like now I'm like, I literally graduate in December of this next year. And I'm like, dude, I've been redshirted, ineligible, coaching problem. And so I quit the team and was hopping in the transfer portal and then ineligible. So now 4 years of no football, dude. I'm graduating in December and COVID happened. So I played FCS. So they moved the FCS season from fall to spring. I graduated in December.
Oh, jeez.
So now, yeah, dude. Bro. So it's literally just like I was eligible now, but the season's in the spring, and it's just like
that sucks.
I'm like, dude, I want to try to do grad school here, and I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. So I find I always went to live in Florida, so I find a school in Florida that actually recruited me out of high school, which was crazy. But it was like a small NAIA school, and I was like, at this point, I don't even want to go somewhere and like truly like fight for a job. Like I just want to go somewhere and play, like that I know I'm going to play and have some fun. I was like, I want to live in Florida, so do that. And I hit them up and like, yeah, like we'd love to have you, like come on. And so went out there and played finally. Like that was the only thing I cared about. I'm like, dude, let me just play football, like just because like I truly just wanted to play. And like at that point, it was just kind of like for fun. Like I didn't take it as serious as like the other times because I'm just like, I just want to get out here and just finally play. Yeah. And so I did that for a season and got to finally play football my grad year of college.
Dude, that's crazy. So it was basically 4 wash years. You just couldn't do anything.
Red shirt, ineligible.
Damn.
Yeah, dude, it was terrible.
So you did that 5th year. Played. Was that in Tampa? Is that what took you to Tampa?
So it's like 45 minutes outside of Tampa. It's southeastern. Okay. It's in Lakeland, Florida.
And so you just did that 1 year there, and then graduated and called it good.
Didn't even graduate. I just wanted to play football, so I went through that 1 year. Dude, the craziest part, I only did like actual schoolwork for that first semester, and because I was like, I'm not going to do grad school for 2 years, 2.5 years it was, because I didn't care to actually do that, and I was like, I wonder if I have to actually do the work the second semester. Or like, are they gonna like rule me like ineligible if I don't do the work by the mid-season? And I'm like, I talked to like the like lady in like the office, and she's like, no, but I didn't tell you to not do your work. And I'm like, yeah, you told me exactly what I needed to hear, so I'm still gonna be eligible throughout the whole season. All right, bet. I had 3 zeros in every class. I literally didn't even do syllabus day, bro. Like I didn't do. It was all online. I was like, I'm not doing this. So like my last semester of grad school, I literally just played football and golfed every day.
Dude, that's so funny.
So yeah.
I mean, if that's not your ultimate goal, is to like get a degree and do something with
it.
Like,
it didn't matter.
You gotta play the system.
Right. You gotta be smart.
That's awesome, dude. Dang. So then when did you end up what year was that last year of football?
That was 2021. Yeah. Okay,
dang. So then you just kind of like found jobs, like just did random shit for a couple years before you got into running? I was
doing recruiting. That was terrible.
Recruiting for football?
No, like job recruiting.
Oh, gotcha.
I was doing IT recruiting. It was tech recruiting.
Oh, dang.
And I had no idea about tech jobs. So I'm like learning about tech and then recruiting people for these jobs that I have no idea about. So I'm like, yeah, do you do this? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, I don't even know what to ask you to know if you actually know what you're talking about, but whatever. And that went terrible. So I was like, I can't do this. And so I just kind of jumped from different things for a little bit, valet cars, like just tried some stuff out. Because at the end of the day, I knew I wanted to become an entrepreneur and start something of my own. And then I started my first trucking company. And so that was like cool for a minute, but that went south.
Why trucking? Like what was the...
So I had 2 close friends that like, they did it. And they were telling me how successful it was and how great it was. And at that time, it was. But when I started, that's when the market just went down, and it was just such a bad time for me to hop in. And literally, to say the least, it was a shit show.
That sucks.
But you know, they say like I think it's like 90-something% of when you start your first business is all fail.
Yeah.
But you know, it was a learning curve. Obviously, just gotta jump in the water and see if it swims. And so first one out of there, but learning experience. So
yeah, that's awesome.
Got to freaking sales, and that happened, and you know I just said, you know, got to content. So
dude, what a crazy journey.
Insane.
That's awesome. I think it's very relatable. Exactly. I think for a lot of people, because I think most people probably, maybe not most, but a lot of people have ambitions to be self-employed and be entrepreneurial. I think a lot of people listen to this probably would be, but it's like it's hard to make that jump, and and I think a lot of people just don't know what to do. Like
100%,
they don't like their job, but they don't know what else to do. So it's like you kind of get stuck between like a rock and a hard place, basically.
100%. Because you said you wanted to go to law school.
Yeah.
And now you're making running content.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I never wanted to go to law school. That was just a plan.
Okay.
It was just like, I didn't know what else to do.
Right.
Exactly. I just like, I don't know. I wasn't really passionate about a whole lot of stuff.
Exactly.
And then kind of just found, but I think what helped was just like trying a bunch of things. That's like the best thing you can do.
Exactly. And that was like what I did. Like I'm trying this. Yeah. And it's like you're learning about so much stuff. And I just knew like at the end of the day, I wanted to work for myself, find something like I want my time to make me money when I'm not even doing it, you know? So
yeah, that
was the goal. I even did the whole little like Forex thing for a second when that.
What is that? Is that
that's like the trading, like the day trading. Like Forex is like this big thing. Everyone's like hopping in. I didn't like go crazy and post all about it, but like I was like, let me try to learn and like make money if y'all are saying it's this easy. But you know, just lost $1,000. That was it. Just threw it in the trash.
Did you ever get into crypto at all?
Dogecoin.
Oh god, dude. I think it was like 2021. I was so when Bitcoin everything was like ripping.
Right.
I mean it's back up now, fortunately. But dude, I was like so deep into that. I
Really?
probably lost like 10 grand at that. I was so deep. I don't know what I was doing. I thought I was gonna become a millionaire off that shit.
Oh, dude, 100%. I bought a little bit of Bitcoin.
Yeah.
But then when Dogecoin came out and that like rush was like the craziest thing. I put like $300 or $400 in it and it got up to like $3 grand. And I'm like,
dang.
Oh,
Elon was pumping it up.
Dude, everyone's like, this is gonna be blah, 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 blah. Next thing you know, it just hits a day and it just starts dropping. And I'm like, should I pull out? I'm like, nah. Everyone's like, nah, it's gonna go back up. Dude, that thing dropped to like $600, and I'm like, all right, let me just pull out.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, at least let me make some profit. But yeah, bro, it was funny. I think everybody hopped on the Dogecoin trend. Like that was insane.
Yeah, it was. Well, dude, because that was like when I was doing freelance stuff. So I like work from home, but we had like just moved out to the Carolinas. And I didn't have like a lot of clients. So like, dude, some days I would have zero work. So I would just like sit around on my computer and like learn about crypto. Like, dude, I was in like the rabbit holes of YouTube, like watching some guy like it's like 4 layers deep on these websites of like how to like convert the coins. Did you buy any
and all programs?
I didn't buy any. No, not like that. Okay. But I put so much money into this shit. Because I thought I was like, dude, there's no way this isn't gonna hit, right?
Right.
Stupid. So stupid.
Learning the charts and you see these people and they're like, oh, I've made 10 grand this morning before 9 a.m. And it's like, if he can do it, I can do it.
Exactly, dude. Those guys are probably full of shit.
Oh, I know. But the thing is, it's like, there's actually people that really do that.
For sure.
But the craziest part to me, I mean, I'm not going to say this is so true, but the people that post about it the most probably don't do that good. But there's a lot of people that are millionaires that don't post about it.
Yeah.
But I'm sure the people that have their programs are, you know, there's some that are real, some that are, you know, whatever. But that's with everything, working out programs, stuff like that too. But the people that don't post about it, there's so many millionaires that actually do just day trade and stuff. Like I've met a couple of good friends now that like they just sit at home and day trade. And these dudes make thousands of dollars every day just chilling at the crib.
Did you watch that movie Dumb Money about the whole like GameStop thing?
No.
That dude, I can't remember how many like tens of millions he made.
Oh, when GameStop plummeted. It
had that crazy ride. It was like the like short squeeze or whatever it was called.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, where they like pumped it up. There's a good movie about it if you're like into all that stuff.
Yeah,
it has like Seth Rogen in it and some like big people. But
I've never heard about that.
Yeah. Okay. It's if you like were following that.
Yeah, I know. I was following it because that was crazy because the dude just made so much money off that.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I didn't think about a movie. Yeah. Okay, I gotta watch that.
Dude, that's funny. I love the like paths we take to.
Oh no, but everyone thinks about getting rich, and it's like, you don't want to say the quick thing, but it's like, what's the quick thing to get rich? And it's like, as a guy, like you know, most men like want that. It's like,
of course.
Oh, all right, that's all I gotta do to make 100 grand this year. All right, let's do it. And it's like when you're 24, 25 years old, like, oh, I could be a millionaire by 30. Like, that's all I gotta do? Bet. Like, sign me up. Like, here's $1,000. Like, here.
Yeah, dude, that's why those like courses make so much fucking money.
It's always the kids right out of college.
Yeah.
The guys mostly. And it's like, I want to be a millionaire by 30. So, like, they're telling me this is all I gotta do. This guy's making $150,000 as a 24-year-old from his house every day. And he only works 10 hours a week. Like, that sounds amazing. And it's like, yeah, no, that's reality, but for 99% of the people that actually try it, that's not reality.
Yeah. What's been like the hardest part about like doing content full time?
The hardest part, I guess,
I know it's only been 3 months, but
it's like time management for me. Because it's like you think you have so much free time because it's like, oh, like I only gotta do this, like da, da, da. But then like once your days are like you're editing for like a couple hours a day, and then like I still gotta work out and film that, and then like go home and edit it, and then I gotta make like other reels, and like then I'm doing like emailing about partnerships, and then it's like, oh, I spent actual like 5-6 hours today on actual work, and it's like, okay. But then like in your head, you like might plan out your day thinking like, oh, I only got to do this for like an hour or two. Like I got a whole free day, like da, da, da. Right. But you really don't. But like, I mean, don't get me wrong, there are days where it's like that, but it's actually a grind.
Yeah.
And I mean, I feel like at first it's all about learning about how to get these partnerships and then like what to do once you get them. I know you were telling me like you didn't know you could negotiate.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like they send the price and it's like, all right, I'll do it for that. Or it's either yes or no. And I went into it and like, I think I talked to one of my close friends, his girl does it. And she was like, no, like negotiate that, like ask for more.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay. Like I'll do that. Like, cause I called to him. I'm like, dude, they just said they'll pay me this for this video. And like his girl's right there and she's like, ask him for this. And I'm like, nah, like why would I do that and ruin it? Like, and she's like, no, like that's what you're supposed to do. And I'm like, oh, okay, like yeah, all right. So I send it back. Oh, I got a couple $100 more this time. All right, cool. And so that was like really cool to know. But yeah, so I feel like that was just right now. It's just trying to see what I can get like consistent contracts for. And that way it's like long term, not just like the one reel here, one reel there. And that way you have some kind of consistency of knowing like what's coming in and what's going out.
Yeah, I think the long term partnerships are definitely the way to go.
Exactly.
It's hard though because like some of the big brands don't do the like long term ones. They just want like a one off campaign.
Right.
And they can pay really good, but it's so inconsistent. Right. So there's trade offs. You don't have a manager, right?
No, I was gonna. So I have my sister. She was gonna like basically like do that for me. She's like the brains of the family. Like she's a doctor now for no reason. Like she just went and got her doctorate. She was like, it was so funny. She was like, are you gonna come to my graduation? And I'm like, dude, this is like your 8th graduation. I'm not coming. Like, congratulations. Like, that was what I told her. I said, you want congratulations again? I was like, all right, good job. I'm proud of you. Like, you know I'm proud of you. But like, why am I coming to this 8th graduation that you're having? Like, you got your master's, you got this. Like, I'm like, dude, I'm graduation out.
Stop learning.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, like I'm proud of you. Don't get me wrong. But she literally got it just so she could be called a doctor.
That's cool.
And I'm like, that's dope though. Yeah. Like, I'm proud of you. But like, there was no reason for it. She just wanted to be a doctor. And I'm like, that's sick though. So, but I asked her to, you know, like, hey, like, will you help me out? Like that way you can do the negotiations. Like she's smart as crap, bro. Like she's over sales for the whole North America for Old Navy.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So like, that's cool. Yeah, no. So like when Old Navy has sales, my sister was like part of that.
Dang. Does she do like the like economic side of things or like oh, okay.
So it's like she's like in meetings just like 3 or 4 times a day. Like her life's great. She travels all the time. She works remote, but like supposedly she might be having to go back in the office. And so that's hilarious to me. But yeah, no, like she lives this amazing life. So I was like, dude, like, you want to talk all my financials for me and do all this stuff? Because like anything like that, I always ask her for anyway.
Yeah.
And she's like, yes. And so we set up everything. She starts doing it. And she goes, you're doing this full time now, right? She's like, yeah. She goes, I go, yeah. And she's like, all right, yeah, I'm not doing this anymore. You can respond to these emails. You can do this. You can learn it yourself. Like you have time. Like, why am I going to work 2 jobs and you not like do this for yourself? She's like, and you don't like whatever. I was like, all right. I'll do it myself. So that's like the new thing.
Yeah.
And
you can, dude, it's definitely obviously doable by yourself. 100%. I know a lot of people, a lot of creators that have managers and mostly just because it helps them get like more brand deals, more partnerships. But dude, I think they take like 20% of your cut. So that's a lot. That can be significant. And it's like you can do it on your own. It just depends on how many brands you want to work with. Like
Right.
if you're trying to do a deal every day, but
that's different.
I don't know.
I talked to one of the first people I talked to about it was Matt Choi.
Yeah.
And it was like a funny time. He's like, yeah, bro, give me a call. Or I sent him my number and I was like, yeah, call me like when you can or whatever. He's like, all right, I'm hopping on the treadmill for like 30 minutes. Like I'll call you while I'm on there. So we're like talking while he's on this workout. And I was just like picking his brain about all that stuff, about partnerships and all that kind of stuff. And he was like a great brain to pick because obviously he's been doing it for a little minute and he's successful at it. And he was like, yeah, bro, like ask for this, do this. He's like, I didn't get a manager. Like, and I'm like, well, if you don't have a manager and you got freaking this many people, like, like, why do I need one? You know? Yeah. He's like, dude, like, why are you going to give away 20-30% for no reason when you have the time and the capability to do it yourself? Like, he's like, you're not an idiot. Like, you're smart. Like, do it yourself. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. So,
yeah, as long as you, like, one, don't mind doing that kind of work.
Right.
Like, if you're good to, like, you know, check your emails every day and reply back to, you know, partnerships and stuff. Simple. And then having, again, that confidence to, like, negotiate and the knowledge to negotiate.
Right.
Yeah, because you can always get more. Always.
100%.
And the worst thing that they'll say is either no, but that's rare because they're hitting, especially if they're hitting you up.
Right.
Like they want to work with you.
Exactly.
So at minimum, you'll just meet somewhere in the middle probably.
Right. And that's what I've done a lot of times. Ask for more than you actually want.
Yeah.
Get what you need.
Yeah, dude. It's a crazy time to be like a creator. And it's like, I think I don't want to say it's the easiest way to be self-employed, but it's like kind of, it's a more beaten path now, I feel
100%.
Because so many people do it.
It's laid out. Like, I'm not even big on TikTok, but like people get on TikTok and make crazy money.
Yeah.
Like it's insane. And I was just like, I need to get on TikTok and just like do that. Cause like TikTok pays you directly. Like you don't even have to do brand stuff. So it's like, it's like off your views and interaction. I'm like, dang.
Do you make money off TikTok? Like,
no.
Or TikTok pays you?
Not there. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what TikTok does directly. I haven't gotten there. Like I only got like 2K followers on TikTok. Like,
interesting.
I don't post a lot.
Yeah.
Like I'm strictly like Instagram, like brand partnerships right now. So.
Yeah. That's do you make YouTube content?
No, that's the next step. I got YouTube's a videographer huge. And like it's coming, you know, that's the next little step of whatever is come. But I know you're big off in it. You just hit 100,000 too.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I think I'm at like 120 on there now, dude. It's the shorts. Was fast. The shorts go crazy.
You hit 120. That you just hit 100K
like
last month.
Yeah, I'm gaining like 14 a month.
Oh wow,
it's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I've had like 2 or 3 shorts in the last couple of months, like do like 9-10 million views.
Oh,
dude, and the same stuff. You could just take all the content you posted.
That's what somebody told me and just post it on YouTube.
Just do it. You should, man. Because YouTube, you can make like YouTube pays a lot itself from AdSense.
Got you.
Plus, like having a YouTube audience is so valuable.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, I mean any audience is valuable, but YouTube especially.
Okay. Yeah. I've had a few people tell me that. So like, I need to just go ahead and do it.
Well, dude, you have so much content you've already made. You could just take the old stuff and just put it on there. It's a whole new audience.
But then that's what I was going to say. Like, to me, it feels like maybe a lot of people have already seen it then.
No, I bet you hit a whole new audience.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. We're going. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to just give it a shot.
Yeah,
fire up a YouTube this next week and just post what I've already posted and see what happens.
Yeah. That's, I got really discouraged when I first doing YouTube shorts because I had like 8,000 subscribers, didn't have a whole lot. And the videos would only get like a couple thousand views, but just kept like doing it consistently.
That's what we said.
And now it's like the average, I get more views on YouTube typically now than on Instagram.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, like the shorts?
The shorts,
yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah. And then the long form, it's just like a big funnel. It's like
use
the shorts to funnel people to the long form stuff, or similar to like a podcast or something. Because those are like your truest fans, are people that are willing to like sit down with you for 10 minutes and watch a vlog, or listen to an hour-long podcast or something.
100%.
Yeah.
Oh, what's up, buddy?
Oh, the dog. Dude, that's awesome, man. Tell me about your. I know we talked about like your half marathon journey, that first race you did.
Right.
What else have you done running wise?
So Running Man was the 50K. I decided to do that. That was different. Like
1 mile loop.
1 mile loop. And I didn't wear headphones. I liked it because like there was the stage, they just had music playing the whole time. They had the fuel station, so you didn't have to like load up on stuff. And like the craziest part is like I didn't prepare to run this. Like, there was never like all right, I got Running Man in a month, like, or however long, like, I'm training to run 31 miles. I was like, the whole time I'm like, I don't even know what I'm going to do there. Like, they asked me to come, like, do, like, make a little content stuff, like, and I'm like, that'd be fun. Like, then, like, the week of it, I'm like, oh, wait, like, what am I gonna do, like, running wise? Like, what should I do? And like, literally, I'm like heading up there and stuff, and I'm talking to people there literally like the day before the run, and they're like, oh, I'm doing this and this, and I'm like, yeah, I'm doing the 50K. I just like said it, and like my friend that came with me, he's like, wait, I'm like, yeah, why not? Like, I'd never run a marathon before, and I'm like, well, I've already done 2 halves, and I like ripped them, so I'm like, it wouldn't be like badass to just run another half here, like, but I don't want this to be my first marathon, so it's like only other middle option is 50K. So literally, like, I didn't prepare like food wise, like nothing. Like, I didn't hydrate like crazy because like 31 miles, you gotta prepare for that.
Oh yeah.
And I literally was like, you know what, I think I'm just my friend that came with me, he had 16 miles for training that day because he ran Chicago, and I was like, you know what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna run your 16 with you. Take a little break, cold tub, sauna, you know, that was like what they encourage you to do. You can like go in and out, you know, like that's how it's set up. It's like you can stop, you can start again, you got 8 hours to do whatever you want to do. And I'm like, all right, like I'm gonna take a little break in the middle. So I ran 16 with him, cold plunge, sauna. I was probably off the track for like 45 minutes, hopped back on, and I actually linked up with the guy that was from Tampa, and he just like signed up to go to Running Man, and we used to go to run club together. I'd see him at run club all the time. And he was like, yeah, dude, I'm going to do the 50K. And we were literally like on the same lap. He like just finished 16 too. And he's like, dude, I got 15 more. And I'm like, let's do it together.
That's perfect.
And we literally, bro, like that was probably the biggest like just grind because it has that hill.
Yeah.
Oh, a quarter mile of that 1 mile loop is just straight uphill.
Yep.
And I'm like, when you see it, when you get there, it's like, oh, it's not that crazy. But when you run it and you get to that base and you look up and it's like, oh, this is like has to happen. Bro, from mile 20 to mile 31, my quads cramped as soon as I touched that incline.
Really?
It got to the point like at the top, like they just locked up. And I have a video and it looks like I'm just sitting there like flexing my quads, but they're just cramping in and out. And I was like, I gotta do it. So like literally like we just, I mean like, and I did it in a decent time. Like I think my average time was like 9:15, 9:30. And yeah, so it was definitely a
dude, that's awesome,
crazy thing to do. And it's like, it's checked off on the bucket list now.
That's
you
sick.
know, like, and I think my crazy ass just loves to like not prepare for these things. Like I've told you about how I eat and stuff. And it's just like, I just do these things off like pure will. Like it's like, I think it's more mind over the body. Obviously, like the body has to come a long way because I was just cramping and everything. And I'm like drinking pickle juice and all that stuff that they had on this. I'm like downing this stuff every lap. And as soon as I get there, I just start cramping again. I'm like, bruh, like I'm eating pickles and drinking pickle juice and it's just not going away.
Oh my gosh.
And I was just like, I should have prepared, but I'm like, I gotta do this. Once I say I'm gonna do something, I have to do it. Like there's no, like if I announce, especially now as a creator and like you have like this following and it's like, oh, I'm doing this. Well, like you can't let the people down, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, no, you gotta do it. Like unless you physically can't.
Yeah. I love that, dude. Where do you think that comes from? Is it like just like genetic? You got like this fucking dog in you?
I think that's what it is. Like my parents instilled this like will in me. Like my dad more so was just like, it was a grind. Like it was just like, if we say we're gonna do something, like you gotta do it. Like put your mind to it and then like put the work in. Like for me, I told my dad like, no, like I want to go to college to play football or baseball or whatever. And his thing was like, I'm not gonna put money into something if I don't see you truly working for it. And I used to literally, after every summer workout, my freshman year of high school, my best friend lived down the street from me, or like, yeah, not far. And we went to high school together and he was like my receiver. That was like, we were, you know, the little dynamic duo. And we would go to summer workouts with the team, do the team stuff after, and then go to the closed field by the house and throw and stuff again. like we had a connection like no other. Like we used to run the triple option, and I would like almost keep the ball halfway down the field, and he would just still be in the perfect spot, just knowing, and I'm about to get blasted, and I just like do something like this, and he'd just catch the ball and go score. Like we had that connection because we built it of just like every day grinding together. And my dad, once he like saw that and like knew how much I wanted it, he would like invest money into me now, and like we're going to camps and doing stuff like that. But it was, dude, I'm calling friends like every day. During the summer, I'm calling friends every day. We're playing pickup 7-on-7. I'm like surrounding myself with everyone around in my hometown. Like everyone, it's a lot of dogs, dude. Like it's a small town, but we've produced so many crazy athletes. It's insane.
That's Shreveport.
Yeah, Shreveport, Louisiana, dude. Like it's, if you like look in NFL, it's, I don't even know how many people we got from that small little town, dude. But
that's awesome,
bro. So many people like got drafted and like play and just shot. Like it's, you gotta be, you gotta be a dog to make it out. Like it's like it's not much to have. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of the people that come out, it's like you don't have much, but it's like we grind for what we get. Like you put in the work. Like there's so many like different workout, and we do all this stuff like just like for free together. Like we just feed off each other. And I feel like my dad like instilled that like work ethic in me young, and like, dude, I don't know. I love it. Like it's who I've become now, and it's just like. I tell my dad, like, he's like, what, like the other day he texted me, he's like, why'd you text me back at 4? Because he texted me like 10 p.m. and I was like knocked out. And I texted him back like right when I first woke up. He says, what were you doing up at 4:19 in the morning? And I was like, oh, my alarm was for 4:15. And he's like, for what? I was like, I went to the gym and ran. He texted me like 7:30, and I was like, yeah, I already ran 5 miles and I did a 2-hour workout. And he's like, it's like what? And he's like, it's 7:30 in the morning, and I'm like, yeah, I know. He's like, all right, but like. But who I've become like that. Like that's what he instilled in me. But the craziest part is my dad wasn't this crazy athlete. He's not a crazy, like my dad doesn't run. Like he goes on his walks and like does little stuff. But like my family doesn't have like any crazy athletes, like nothing like that. Like, but they instilled a work ethic in me.
That's
like,
awesome.
My sister put it towards school. I put it towards sports and like athletic ability. And I think that's like just who I've become is like this crazy like work ethic. Like, I
that's
feel like
great.
People DM me. And they like, you motivate me. And I'm like, but I don't even post motivational things. I just post what I do.
Yeah.
And I never, in my head, I didn't think that motivates people. But like me posting that I went running at 5 a.m. and did this and all this by 7:30, people were like, dang, I got to do it. Like I had people be like, oh, I saw your story, so that's why I went running. Because like you already ran 10 miles. So I was like, I got to do it too. And I'm like, that's sick. So like.
Those are the best ones.
Yeah, exactly. I love those. Like.
Yeah.
Those DMs, dude, keep them coming. Like I love that. It feeds off me, and it makes me want to go more and like do even like harder things, because it's like I'm no different than you. Yeah. You can do the same thing. It's all about like just the will to do it, and that's like I feel like a big message that a lot of people don't like really get. They're like, no, like you look like that. Why? Because like I did this. Like I do this.
Yeah.
Like don't get me wrong. Now genetics do play a little factor into it, but like so like if you wake up at 4:30 and go run and work out every day, I did for a year straight, I guarantee you're gonna look like a freaking dog. Like I promise you. And
100%.
Yeah, so it's just like what you put in is what you get.
Yeah, dude, I love that. That's there's actually a study I found the other day. It was like genetics versus like work basically, and I think genetics it was basically 50-50. Like you could have great genetics, but if you don't put in the work, that's only half the story.
Right.
Or if you have shitty genetics, but you put in the work, like you're gonna also get there. Like
right.
it's literally half the story basically, which is I think should be motivating. It sounds like a lot, but I think people underestimate like how much work can actually do for you.
Oh, 100%, bro. But I think the funniest person, especially when it comes to like nutrition, and I love this dude, Chad Ochocinco.
Oh yeah,
when he talks about like eating McDonald's, he's like, no. I get a Big Mac meal and this, and I go play a game. And I'm like, dude, like that's insane. And dude was an amazing NFL receiver. Yeah. And I'm not gonna say I'm that bad. Well, I guess technically, I just don't eat that fast food like that. But like, I'll eat like Wingstop and like Popeyes, and like I'm not eating McDonald's anymore. Really, that's not. I don't know. It messes up my stomach a little bit. But like, I'll eat like wings and pizza and like all that stuff like a lot. But
You need calories for how much you're training. Like,
Dude,
to a certain extent, you're almost better getting in sufficient calories that are maybe not as high quality versus under fueling, but with better food. It's like a trade-off.
It's a trade-off, 100%. But then, like, obviously, like, for, like, runs, I think, like, when you're a runner, it's like, dude, like, I don't even think it matters. Like, you're running 15, 20 miles on days. Like, you think it really matters what you eat the day before? As long as you actually have food in your system, I'm like, dude, like, you're going to be fine.
They've done studies on that, too, actually.
Really?
I think it was, it might have been football players or some kind of athletes. And they had two groups. One of them, they like did the exact same training protocol for like a few weeks or something. One of them, they fed like just shit, like McDonald's and fast food and stuff. And then the other ones, they gave like whole food, really clean stuff. And the recovery was like almost identical because like after a really hard workout, you just need calories. Like you just need some sort of calories. Obviously, like you might be better off in the long run,
exactly,
having higher quality stuff, but
just
like
health overall at that point.
But like if you have like a marathon and it's like you'd be better off going to McDonald's and getting food instantly than like waiting 4 hours and eating like a steak or something.
Bro, so that's my thing. And I think it's funny, and my friends die laughing at my diet when I tell them. Like,
it is pretty funny.
Yeah, no, it's hilarious. I mean, like when you met me, the first time when we went to Colorado, everyone's like, oh, what'd y'all get for breakfast? And everyone, and like, I'm joking, and I'm like, yeah, I had 6 croissants. Like, you know, that became the joke of the weekend. But like, I literally do that like all the time. Like, I will go run 10, 12 miles, however many miles, and go straight to Dunkin'. Or now I go to my boy's place, Medina Coffee, and like get coffee and acai bowl. Now that's a little healthier, but the coffee's like sugar loaded, and like I'll get a muffin or something. So it's like, but before I did, I would go to Dunkin's for like $15-$20 on like pastries and like donuts and like cinnamon rolls. Like, dude, I just like, load up, bro. But
do you ever get blood work done?
No.
I'd be really curious to see what your blood work is like. Just because, like, I mean, dude, I have a feeling it's probably pretty good.
I'm scared.
Just because, like, I feel like your physique
Yeah.
and your fitness typically aligns with your blood work.
Yeah.
Usually. But I'd be curious, like,
because of the
if you're like deficient in anything.
I feel like I probably am. I have like so like I have like I sweat a lot and I cramp easily. So I don't know. I might like be like a sodium deficiency or something. But yeah, I know that probably is a thing. But I don't know the other stuff. I feel like I probably do. But I try to eat healthy sometimes during the week, like 2 or 3 days. And I feel like at this point of life, like I know my body inside and out. Like what I need to look good. Like if I gotta make some content soon, I'm gonna take this shirt off. Like I gotta lock in for a couple, like just like 2, and it only takes like 2 or 3 days.
That's crazy.
If I like, dude, and I don't eat a lot. That's the thing I feel like that's actually crazy because people think like, dude, you just worked out for 3.5 hours and you did this and this. Like you must fuel like crazy, especially to keep the muscle. And I'm like, you know what I had today? they're like, what'd you eat? Like I told you what I had 2 days ago. And it's like literally 2 days ago, I had coffee and acai bowl for breakfast. I had another coffee and some donuts for like at like 2 p.m. And then I went to Run Club at 6:30, and after Run Club I had a smoothie. And that was a full day of what I took in. And the craziest part, like I wasn't hungry. Like I wasn't like at the end of the day like,
that's
dude.
Nuts.
Oh, and then that at 5 I went to work out at 5 a.m. that morning. So it's like people think like, oh, you gotta feel like crazy. But the thing is, on other days, if I really eat bad, I'll try to only have one meal and then let that be like a one bad meal. Like I will destroy like half a pizza or something, and that'll be like my one meal for the day. But I'll have like coffee and something for the breakfast. But like I try not to just like, if I'm gonna eat bad, I'm not gonna have like 3 terrible meals in one big day, because now it's like, all right, like you can't just be an idiot with it.
Right.
But you know, I don't know. So funny. It's different.
But I noticed you don't wear a watch at all. Like, so do you track like your like sleep or calories or steps or anything?
I'm the weirdest person, bro. I don't track anything. Like
maybe that's a secret, dude.
I feel like, but also now I can say this. A lot of people get subconscious about that stuff.
Yeah. And
they start prioritizing that over just living life. Like, oh no, my watch said I got bad sleep last night, so I gotta do this. And I'm like, dude, you're thinking so much into it. And I feel like that's what happens a lot of times in the fitness community is people get so caught up in these stats and calorie tracking and this, that, and the third. And I'm just like, work hard, feel your body. And I guarantee you, like, if you work hard and do this stuff and follow a plan and like just push like your body to the extreme, you're going to see results.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong. Like, yes, you have to feel properly for like to get there and do these things. But like that part is only so much of the way. Like you have, like, I say it to everybody. And I've always said, like, you got to have that dog in you. Like you just got to get it done.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that's truly the only thing that can push you to become like whatever, like following the stats and the sleeping and all that stuff. It's good. Don't get me wrong. But dude, I don't sleep a lot. Like, dude, I get like
crazy.
I get like 5 or 6 hours of sleep sometimes. And I'm like wide awake and wired, bro. Like the other night I went to sleep at 11 and then I woke up at 4:30 and crushed a 5 a.m. gym workout, ran 5 miles after, and then went and got coffee.
Dude, that's so crazy. But
to me, like, that's like normal. Like, that's like who I've always been. Like, I never like sleeping a lot. My body rejects sleep. Like, I could try my hardest to get 8 hours of sleep, and it's just not going to happen. I even went to sleep at 8:30 the other night because I was like, I'm tired. You know, this time change is crazy. It was like pitch black out at 6:30. And I'm like, I was just like on the couch. I'm like, dude, like, I'm tired. Like, so I'm going to bed. It's 8:30. I wake up at 1 a.m. wired. Like, oh my God, I'm just like wide awake. I wake up, I'm like, no alarm, like just wide awake. I'm like, yeah, I've already slept for 5.5 hours, but like my body was like good. So I was up for 2 hours.
Oh my gosh.
Like at like 3 o'clock, I was like, let me just get like a little nap before the gym in an hour. Like, so I took a little hour and I woke up before my alarm again. I woke up at like 4:15 and got ready when I got to the gym at 5.
Dude, do you feel like, is it a struggle to get out of bed in the morning? Like at 4:30? Or are you just like,
bro,
pop right up?
I'm weird, bro. I wake right up. Like as soon as my alarm goes off, up.
That's crazy.
Like, I don't snooze it. Like alarm goes off, boom. All right, cool. All right, let's get going. And that's
wild.
It's weird. I truly, the more people I talk to, I realize like, oh no, I'm weird. Like there's not a lot of people that do this. And like I thought it was normal. I thought it was so normal for a long time, but no, it's definitely different.
Dang, dude. If I don't get at least 7 hours, I don't feel right for the day. Like
Really?
I just feel tired, like not as creative. It's I've noticed because I've really, obviously I wish I could get away with less sleep.
Do you nap?
No.
See,
do you nap?
I nap, but the crazy part about my naps aren't long because I can't sleep long. I can take a like 20-minute nap and I'm good.
Really? I mean, it's like what are they called? Like power naps?
Power naps.
Yeah.
But the weird part about it is like, I literally one time set an alarm to take a 20-minute nap or 30-minute nap, whatever it was. I woke up 3 minutes into it and I was like, all right, let's go. And I was fine. Like at first I was like, like, let me try to, I was like, I couldn't fall back asleep. Like I was wide awake. I had like the energy I needed and I just wanted to finish the day. And like, I don't know. It's a weird thing. My body is just
that's so funny.
Wired differently, I guess. But I eat bad. I sleep bad, I guess. Technically, if you
and you still look better than me.
It's like statistically, if you look at like the science and what people say you do and should do, it's like I defy every single thing that y'all say, and I guarantee you, I perform better than a lot of people and look better than a lot of people that do all of these things.
Have you tried like the whole optimization of everything? Like,
see, I haven't. And that's the scary part.
I'd be curious what would happen.
That's the scare. And so I want to do like a month of like trying to like do the science and like everything correctly and like eat properly, go to sleep for, but the thing is like, I truly don't know if I can sleep for 8 hours. Right. Like I can't. I would literally have to not sleep a lot the night before and have to like make up for it. That's the only time I've ever slept for 8 hours. So it's like, I can't sleep in. Like sleeping in to me is waking up at 6:30, 7 o'clock. Like that's I slept in today. Like literally, if people are like, no, that's me setting an alarm to like force myself out of bed. And I'm like, oh my gosh, no.
I mean, dude, even this morning, like we didn't go to bed till like 11 last night. I slept till like 6:30. So I got like what 6.5 hours, 7 hours, whatever. And then You're like, I've been up since like 4:30.
I'm like, yeah,
like, what the fuck?
the time change obviously plays a factor, not sleeping in your same bed as well.
True.
But at the same time, like I woke up at 4:30 and I was like, I'm gonna go back to sleep a little bit. Then I woke right back up at 5:30.
That's crazy.
And I'm just like, I was up.
Dude, you should have gone and got some miles or something.
Well, I knew I had a track day with you, okay. And so we weren't gonna do too much extra. But that's
awesome.
It's definitely a different thing.
Yeah, there's definitely got to be something to it. I think just like being a human, not worrying too much about the devices and all the science, and just like doing everything intuitively.
I do need a watch though. So like
maybe for like tracking workouts.
Exactly. Yeah. That's the part I do need, because I think it's so funny. Everyone's like, "Oh, you're a runner without a watch?" I'm like, "Yeah."
I saw it on the track this morning. I was like, "You don't have a watch?"
I just use my phone, bro. I use my phone. And I always normally just like run with my phone in my hand and I'll use it. And the craziest part, it's so inaccurate. It's not even funny. Like I run with my friends and I'm like doing it on my phone so I can like track it on my stuff. And I freaking look at our times and I'm like, they're like, "Oh, I just hit a mile." And I'm like, "Nah, dude, I got 0.8.
Well, because you didn't even run with it the whole time this morning.
No.
So like, you took it on like 2 laps around the track.
Yeah, that was it.
So you missed all those free miles on Strava.
I know. I was gonna, because it said I ran with you there, so I was trying to see if I can like sync it to the run thing.
Yeah, I think I can like add you to, so then it shows up on yours.
That was the only thing. But
yeah, dude, it's like I probably should run without a watch sometimes because I get so
caught up in looking down and
check.
I check my phone, so like I do the same thing, but just with the phone.
Yeah.
But it's inaccurate. So I think it's funny because I'm like my friend, like, and the paces are so bad because like it's so off on like the lengths. So like my friend's like, we're starting to run and they're like, "Deuce, why are we at a 7:10 pace right now?" And I'm like, "I got 7:50." It's so bad.
That's so funny.
So it's just like, I think it's hilarious because like the times I post when I'm running by myself is all like completely wrong, but the craziest part is it's actually still a good time. So like
you're probably running way more than you think.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So like, dude, I'm thinking like if I truly use my phone and I run like a 6 mile like something and it's at like 8-minute pace according to my phone, I probably ran close to like 6 miles and a quarter at like 7:25 pace.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
But you know,
I mean,
a watch deal would be nice, just like throwing that out there, you know.
Hey, Koros, Garmin, somebody hit him up. That's so funny, dude. Do you have any ambitions to like do a marathon at some point, or like longer than a 50K, like a 100-mile or anything crazy like that?
See, my mind hasn't gotten to the past 50K thing yet. No, I finally did click on a marathon recently, and I'm like, let's do it. Like, I feel like for me, the only thing that like would make me want to do it is I want to do my first marathon and qualify for Boston. Like, I feel like that'd be such a sick journey to say I did. Like, on my first marathon, I qualified. Like, how many people can say that? And then how many people can say like, "Oh, I just started running like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, and like my first marathon, I qualified for Boston." Like, so that's like my goal.
That'd be sick.
So I want to. Some of my friends are running a marathon in June, and
is that Grandma's?
Grandma's, yeah. So say it's like Minnesota, I think, or something like that. And so they're running, and they're like, "You should do it." I'm like, "Yeah, I should." Like, I think it's like a fast course and stuff. Like a lot of people say that. So I'm like, I think I want to do that as my first one, and just like train my ass off, and like I might eat healthy during that training block to try to really.
I don't know. I wouldn't eat too healthy though.
Yeah,
it seems to be working. Whatever
exactly. But like that's the crazy thing is like I don't know. Yeah. So I guess before then I'm gonna try that little month out of like seeing what really happens and how I feel. So but the craziest part is like to me, I'm like I could look way better, and it's like everyone looks at me and they like, "Dude, what are you talking about?" And I'm like, "No, like." If I ate clean, I know I look better.
Well, dude, that's what people that are successful all have that mindset.
Exactly.
Always can do more. Always can do better. Because that's what got you to that spot in the first place.
Trying to push.
I think it's a superpower. I think there's a balance where you have to acknowledge, like, okay, acknowledge what you've done.
Right.
But no, we can always do more.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's a huge thing, I feel like, is not getting complacent. Yeah. Like, there's so many people that, like, "Oh, I've already checked this off the list," or "I've already done that." And they get so like cool with it. All right, well, can you do it better?
Yeah.
Like, can you do it faster? Can you do it longer? Like, what can you do to improve it? And that's always me. I'm always looking to like, all right, well, I did that. All right, well, let's do this. Like, can I do this? Who knows? Let's try it.
Yeah.
And, and I think that kind of circles back now into like the community, because like I have a group of friends in Tampa to where if I said, hey, like, let's do this, like, let's try to do this, let's do it. And I love that about them. Like, and it's just like, I jokingly call it, we have like a little group message and I call it the pack, like a bunch of dogs, just getting after it. And it's like a bunch of young guys. We're all like mid-20s or so. And literally it's like 6 or 7 of us or so. And it's guys that are like just hungry, like to make money in life, to like provide and become a better person. Spiritually, like, a lot of us go to church together, and then like the physical side of things is like insane. And so like we really like push each other and like a lot of these aspects to just bring out the dog. Yeah. And like, it's such a great feeling when you don't have to do something crazy hard by yourself.
Yeah.
Like imagine you're in that 100-miler completely like alone.
Would have been so much harder.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that would have been insane. Like mentally, not even just the physical aspect of it, like mentally, it's like, I'm giving up. Like, this is crazy. But when you look alongside of you and you see somebody that's like dying just like you're dying, but they're not going to quit and they know you're not going to quit. Yeah. And it's like, let's do this. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it just brings out a different feeling in you, and you might not have been able to even do it alone. Like you probably, like if you tried it alone, it's like not happening. You can only push yourself so far, I feel, alone. But when you surround yourself with that, like with those groups of people that like just elevate you, and it's like, I can't let him be better than me. I can't let him be faster than me. Like, nah, come on.
Especially if you have that competitiveness in you, like today on the track, like I probably wouldn't have ran that hard if I was just by myself.
Yeah.
But having another person there, it's like you always go 1% harder, 10% harder, just a little bit more. Yeah.
You got to. And I feel like it comes with being a competitor.
Yeah.
And that's like who I am, the most competitive person. I don't care what it is. Like, and I think it's funny, like when it comes to like dating, like, 'cause, like I love playing games and stuff, but like I don't let you win. Like, if you won, you really won. Like, it wasn't like I gotta be cute.
That's so
like,
funny.
no, like I'm trying to whip your ass.
Dude, that's how Brie and I are. We're both really competitive.
See, I love that.
We play Uno together every night. We talk mad shit. We're like, fuck you.
So
Uno.
I saw this tweet and it was like talking shit's my love language. And ever since I seen that, I was like 100%. Yeah. Like that's who I am. And everyone that knows me knows if I don't talk shit to you, I probably don't even like you. And that's the funniest thing.
Yeah.
If I'm just genuinely nice to you all the time, I don't like you.
Yeah.
Like, because that just means like I don't want to have any bad tension with you because like you're gonna whatever. But like all of my friends know, like, and I think it's hilarious. Like, it's first thing I say to my friends, like, "What's up, bitch?" Like that's like how I like. That's like my introduction to my friends, and it's like, but they know I mean zero harm behind it. Oh,
we're good.
And like they know, like if I don't say that, and I'm just like, "Hey, dude," they'd probably be like, "Bro, like what's wrong with you? Like you good?"
Right.
And
those are your true friends.
Those are the true friends. And so like the people that really know me know like I talk shit for everything.
Dude. Damn dog. The tail.
Great time, bro.
Tail of destruction.
But
yeah, dude, it's there's like a saying, it's like your true friends stab you in the front. Or something like that.
I love that.
Because it's like especially dude, like if your friend's like slacking, like if they're starting to get a little chubby or they have been training.
I'll call them out fast.
Yeah, dude, those are your real friends. Yeah.
And I don't like people that let me slack.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong. Everyone you work out with isn't going to be better than you. So they can't be like, oh, come on. But they know what you can do.
Yeah.
And it's like, my friends know, like, I'm going to push myself to the extreme. Like, I ran 18-miler for the first time with my friends that were training for Chicago. And I did not, like, I pulled a deuce and was just like, 18 miles, like whatever. Like I'm not about to like load up on carbs and like bring gels or anything. I didn't bring
silly
that's
shit.
stupid, right? No, bruh. When I tell you, by mile 16, I was like good, and we were moving. Like we had like miles at like 7:15, 7:30, and like we're cruising, and I'm like good. Then like mile 15, 16. My body starts getting a little chills.
Oh, God.
I start cramping up a little bit, the calves. And next thing you know, my body, I'm like sweating hard as shit, but I'm freezing. I got the chills everywhere. And I'm like cramping in calves, hamstrings, quads. Like it's just boom, 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 boom. And I'm like, dude, we're going. Like, come on. And like I'm trying to run, I'm cramped. I'm like, dude, y'all go. I'm gonna catch up. Like my friend, like, and I love how like amazing these friends are. One of the friends like stopped at the gas station. He's like, dude, I left you a Gatorade right here for you, like a Gatorade, like grab that. Like, and so it was just, it was a crazy experiment to know like, all right, you actually do need to prepare for this thing. But to have friends that was there and like, you know, once they finished, they like came back and helped me. And like the craziest part, I saw one of my friends they saw me driving down the street. They were driving and they saw me like dying. And he looks over, he's like, dude, you need this. And like gave me like I forgot what it was. It was some kind of like, it might've been a Gator Light or something else, but it's like, here, bro. Like,
that's awesome.
It was crazy, but he was like, bro, you're dying, and gave it to me. And so, but having that community around you, bro, it's just different. Like the last thing I was going to do was quit. Like they're like, hey, dude, like you can just chill here. I'll come back and get you. I'm like, hell no. What? I got 2 miles left. That's it. Like, but it's just that. And my friends know that's who I am. And surrounding yourself with people that would do the same thing is just so big.
Yeah. 100%.
Because there's a lot of people that'd be like, oh, I'm done. I'm not doing that. Like, I feel like crap. Like, I'm like, no, like, I'm finishing this. Yeah. Like, there's nothing that's going to get me to stop unless I literally physically cannot move.
Yeah.
And the craziest part is I wasn't training for anything. It wasn't a race. It was just a random Saturday morning at freaking 7 a.m.
Yeah, there's nothing on the line.
There's nothing on the line. But like to me, I'm just like, I'm not gonna quit.
Yeah.
Like
it's like you say you're gonna do something.
You gotta do it.
You do it, no matter what it is.
And to me, I feel like at this point in life, it's like I'm setting a foundation for when I have kids.
Yeah. For
them to be like, my dad doesn't quit. Like my dad's a badass. Yeah. Like my dad's done this. My dad's done this. Like that's who we are. You know what I'm saying? Like I want my family to be like, that's who we are. Like embrace that. Like that's what we do. Like, oh, times got hard. All right, cool. Let's push through. Yeah. Like how do we figure it out? And I feel like that's always like me, like a problem solver. Like don't complain to me, because unless you want to hear a solution.
Right.
Because like I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh yeah, no, that's terrible. No, that's bad. Like I'm like, no, that sucks. But if you do this, you can do it. Or like if this happens, like, and that's who I've always am. It's like, all right, well, this happened. So how do we do this the next time to fix it? Right. So then after that 18 miler, we had a 20 miler 2 weeks later. Oh, I killed it. I was hyped. Like we destroyed that one because I prepared better. I fueled properly. And it was like, I'm not going to go out like a bitch again.
Dude, I feel like that mindset is not instilled in people these days. I mean, it sounds like such a boomer thing to say, but like, I feel like everybody has just that like participation trophy mindset.
I think that's terrible.
Everything should be handed to them. It's like an entitlement, and like nobody deserves anything
at all.
Like you have to fucking show up and put in the work. Yeah. I think it's just like a problem. I think in like the world today, like,
it's terrible.
It's like when we don't have true hardship, like there's not, at least in the United States, like there's no wars going on.
Yeah.
Life is pretty fucking easy.
Yeah.
You can DoorDash and Amazon everything to your house. Like it's just, everything's so easy
people have become so lazy.
Yeah.
That like you just don't have to put the work in and grind and like fight through those little hard times. There's always that quick, like, all right, whatever. Like, I can do this. Like, all right. I don't feel like cooking. I don't want to do this. All right, let's just DoorDash some food to the house. Like, and it's so easy to make that a habit.
Yeah.
And people don't realize how quick it translates to everything. oh, it's raining outside. I'm not driving to the gym this morning. I'm not running. Like, I need an off day anyway. I've been going hard lately. Like, well, keep going hard.
Yeah.
Like, why you go, if you've been going hard and doing great, why you gonna stop?
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna be fine. It's just water. Like, go to the gym, go run.
Our skin's waterproof.
I think so. I hope so. If you don't take showers, then.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. It's like we find every excuse. It's like people look for excuses to not do it.
Yeah.
Like, in my head, and that's the craziest part is, and it's everyone does it. Like, no matter how wired you are or whatever, like you think like, oh, I don't want to do this. Like, let me just. But it's I think what makes the difference is, do you do that? Or do you push through?
Yeah. We all have that voice.
Everyone gets that voice. Like today at the track, I was like, I'm like trying to keep up with you and stuff. And the craziest part is this guy is like, oh, we're going to just do this time. But he 20 seconds faster every time. And so I'm like, yeah, let's do it. And we like get through we get through the first ladder and we're coming back down. And I'm like, dude, like my legs are heavy. Like I'm feeling this workout. And I'm like, I might just be done. Like, I keep getting these thoughts. I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, fuck no. Like, and then I was like, you're like, yeah, dude, just take this one off and just join me on the next one. And I'm like, yeah. And like, you said it, even though you said you're like, yeah, join me on this last lap of the 800. In my head, I was already doing it. Yeah. Like, cause I'm like, I'm not about to sit here and watch him run a whole fucking 800 and not do shit. Like, that's so like soft. Like, and my friends know like that's who I am. I might say it and I might like need like that extra little time to like gather myself, but I'm like, nah, I gotta do it.
I mean, to be fair, you did a big leg workout yesterday.
Yeah.
You traveled. You ran 8 miles yesterday.
See, but this is exactly what I was just saying.
Okay.
We get all these things against us and we have all this stuff to make an excuse to why not to do it.
Yeah.
You know?
You still did it anyways. Though.
Exactly. And that's the thing. I can sit here and say like, Jeremy, I'm not doing a track workout at 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. with you the next day after I ran 8 miles, did a heavy leg day, traveled 3 or, however far across the country and did all this stuff. And now we got to do this workout and do all this stuff. I'm like, no, like, let's do it. Like, we got to get this done. Yeah. Like, and I feel like so many people would have taken that excuse of like, boom. So I think the mindset behind just like, and the smallest words I always say, being a dog. Yeah. The mindset of being a dog.
Yeah.
And it's just how you attack life in every area, business, physical, spiritual, emotional, like however, it's about like just bringing that will out and getting it done. Whatever it is, you just got to get it done.
Everything starts in the mind.
Yeah. That's everything.
Yeah.
Like, well, I forgot, what is it? Like, what they say, like 80% physical or 80% mental, 20% skill or whatever.
100%.
Yeah. So it's just like, dude, like it's mind over matter. You know, it's can you get it done up here? It's not even about physical. It's just, if I can get it done up here, I'm gonna win.
Yeah. Dude, that's like the best athletes, the best like entrepreneurs, like reading books and biographies and stuff. Like they have that like iron mindset. It's like, no matter what, I'm going to fucking figure this shit out. We're going to get it done. We're going to put the work in.
Goggins.
Yeah. Literally, it's just like that mindset. And some people just don't have that.
Right.
Or maybe they have it, but they just haven't tapped into it yet.
And I feel like that's what it is for a lot of people. You just don't either. And I feel like that goes back into that community, right?
Yeah.
If you surround yourself with people that do this, like whatever it is, they get it done. Like if you go work at one of the best sales companies and you're surrounded with people that are like setting records every week and every day, like you're going to set records every week and every day. Like that's who you're going to become. Right. But if you are around people that make excuses and make reasons of why they're not going to do something and why they didn't do something, like that's who you're going to become. Like you are who you surround yourself with, whether you believe that or not. Right. And the better people you can surround yourself with, the better you are. Like, and it's truly that simple. And you can attack that from, like I said, every angle. Like if I didn't run with you today and I ran with someone that was slower than me, I wouldn't hit those times and I wouldn't have pushed myself probably as much as I needed because my body was tired. My legs were dead. All right. But you're like, dude, we got to go sub 5 on this last 400. Like, and then, or the first 400, like, you're like, all right, that was 115. And I'm like, all right, that's right at 5-minute mile pace. And you're like, yeah, but last one always the fastest. And I'm like, oh, we got to go faster for this one. Like, and but that's who you are.
Yeah.
And it's like, I knew that coming into the workout. Like, I know you're not a slouch. Like, you're a dog. Like, I like surrounding myself with dogs. Like, and my little Tampa friends all know I say that. Like, I'm only working out with dogs. Like, I love when people ask me to work out and like do this, but I'm like, you're not a dog. Like, in the simplest forms. Like, yeah, like, but I don't like. If I'm gonna do something, we're gonna do it hard, and like we're gonna push. Like, I'm not gonna go do a track workout to just do a track workout, and it's not gonna be me about to throw up. Like, we're pushing. We're going to push, and I'm sorry to those people that hit me up for workouts and ask me, and I make some kind of excuse, but like. I might not, you might be a dog and I just might not know, but to myself, or you might just want to bring your dog out with me because I'm going to try to push you. But to me, I like just knowing and like, his a dog. Like, let's go get after it.
Yeah. It's like, why waste your time doing something if you're not going to do it to the best of your ability?
Right.
Yeah.
And I think the funniest part about that is like, I can't play sports for fun.
Yeah.
Like, like we just said, we're both so competitive. And like I used to have a friend group and we'd all like see each other at the gym, but then like me and my gym partner would play pickleball after the gym. And he was just like as competitive as I am about it. So we're playing pickleball, talking shit at like 6:30 in the morning after the gym. And like, we're playing hard as hell. And some of the girls from the gym were like, we should all go play pickleball. Like, da 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 da. And I'm like, at first in my head, I'm like, dude, this is not going to be fun. Like, and so I go, I'm like, oh, I'll just he's like, bro, at least come. And I'm like, all right. So we go. And like, they've never played pickleball in their life. They've never swung a paddle. Like, there's no hand-eye coordination. The ball is just like lofting up in the air. I'm like, oh my God, this is terrible. So I never went back because they were great people.
Yeah.
And they might have had a blast. But to me, like, if I can't sit here and give my all and talk shit, I don't want to do it. Like,
I feel that.
It's just, it's not who I am.
Yeah.
Like, I can't play down and play easy, like, unless it's like, kids, and I know, like, that's different. But like, and it's like you set aside time to do that. But like on the daily for like me, like, nah, dude, like, I'm not gonna play with somebody either better than me or whatever. Like, it's just, I have to be able to try. If I'm not trying, I'm not having fun.
Yeah,
like,
I feel that.
Yeah,
dude. This has been good. We got a lot of good shit.
No, we
got a lot of good stuff in here. What's I got a question. What's your like why behind all this stuff? Like, why? Like, you're done playing football, done playing like competitive sports. Like, why still show up to the gym at 5 a.m., put in all these miles, train, create content? Like, why? Why do all this stuff? Because it's a lot of work.
Whew. Okay, let's see. My why is, it ties into like everything I just said. Most importantly, like I said, I want to lay that foundation for my kids, right? Like, I want my kids to wake up, when they're young and know, like, they see me just come back in the house to get them ready for school. And I'm like, yeah, I just worked out for 2 hours. I just ran 10 miles and now I'm going to go through my whole day. And like, my kids are going to see that from a young age, and that's going to become who they are, right? Like, they know that's what we do as a family, right? So like, that is one big reason, right? And if you don't start that now, you're not going to start it later, right? But to me, like, my why is for myself, right? Like, a lot of people think like you just do this so you can look good and all this stuff. But to me, like, that stuff brings out confidence in yourself, right? Like,
yeah.
If I didn't make content, like, I wasn't making content before, I was just purely doing it for me. Like, the reason I started doing 5 a.m.s, and I literally did like a new year, new me. I started it like that first week of January of 2023. And my why was because I knew, I wanted to be like the best husband I could one day. I wanted to be the best man I could one day. I wanted to be the best, like, whatever I could be. I want to be the best and maximize that. So I told myself, I was like, dude, this year I'm just going to drop the old me and change. I put on like 30 pounds after playing college football. Dang. Like it was like, I felt gross. And I'm like, I got to stop this, bro. So my why became, I just wanted to be the best version of myself I could possibly become. Right. So it was going to sleep at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, waking up at 4:30 daily, Monday through Friday, not finding excuses on what to do and why I can't, like, I got to do this tonight, so I'm not going to make it to the gym in the morning. No, I can't do this tonight, so I can make it to the gym in the morning. And finding that switch and being able to do that is huge, because a lot of people will accept other things that truly don't mean anything and they'll do it instead of doing what's truly a real priority in their life.
Yeah.
And once I did that and like my why became so clear as to like, I just want to be the best me, it was simple, you know? And once you know why you're doing something and like you get it, I feel like you're unstoppable. Like, and your mind is just so much better than like the old you, you know, once you finally develop that. And my why is truly just like that. Like, it's just being that best version of me possible. That's the only reason I can truly say, like, I don't have a wife, I don't have any kids yet, like, and it's to fuel when I do have that, right? That way, like, now I'm like, I've been doing this for years. It's just it's natural instinct. Like, I have to do this now, and it's just that, like, it's just being that best version. Like, you tap into that best version of you and just never look back.
Yeah, I love that, dude. When did you realize, like, this is what I'm doing it for? Like, I'm doing it for myself. I just want to be the best version of myself. Was there like a moment or like a time when you're like, this is it, like it clicked? Or is it just like a slow progression and like slowly learning that?
But the thing is, it was hard at first.
Yeah.
Because like, dude, waking up at 4:30, it was just like, bro, what? Like, why am I doing this?
Yeah.
Like, I think maybe after a month or 2 months, and I forgot however long it was, but I was like in the bathroom after I worked out or something, and I'm looking in the mirror taking pictures, and I'm like, holy shit, you're becoming someone different. And at that point, that's when it pushed me even more. Like, if I did this over 2 months, like, what can I do if I like dedicate myself to like truly becoming this? And it was like, now I'm like 4 or 5 months in, and like, I'm like, oh, okay, I like what I'm seeing. Like, and now like I've lost that 30 pounds I put on, dude. It was quick though, because I really locked in.
Yeah.
You know, like, don't get me wrong, you know, I guess genetics play a factor or whatever, but like,
you just got to put in the work.
You put in the work and lock in, and you truly like don't make excuses for a lot of things, it was easy. So yeah, no, that was it. It wasn't like I feel like it wasn't really like a one day kind of like.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah, it was just like I like looked at myself and I'm like, dude, like, this is crazy. And I would look at those old pictures and that would like fuel me.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, I don't want to look like that ever again.
Yeah, being able to see like tangible results to the work you're putting in is huge.
It's so huge.
I think there's a study or something about like when people are trying to lose weight, like if they don't see results within like a week or something, it's some study, like they just don't do it. They just stop because they're like, well, what the hell am I doing if I'm not seeing any kind of results? But the people that do, I don't remember what the study was. It was some stat or something like that. Whereas like when you can actually see tangible,
you keep going.
Physical results, like gives you so much confidence because it's like you're putting in the work. That's the reward.
Right. And the funny thing I told my friend, because she just started like her big journey that she's going to like push and like try to really transform her body as well. I told her, she's like, what do I do to really like find this motivation? And the funniest part is like, I told her, I said, you want to know a good thing that worked for me at the beginning? Make your lock screen the sloppiest picture you have of yourself. Dude, do you know how much that will play tricks on your mind throughout the day? Because whenever you pick up your phone and you see this, like, let's say you're about to go DoorDash something and you pick up your phone and you know what? Let me go cook this steak that's in the freezer, you know? And it's like those small mind tricks. And I did that at first. Like, I had a picture and I'm just like, dude, I don't ever want to look at this. And so like, especially like when my alarm goes off in the morning, I'd see that. I'm like, come on. Let's go.
That's
and
good.
then like, you know, or like I said, like when you're about to eat some food or eat something bad or order something bad, like you see that and it's like, nah, I can't let that happen. So,
that's so good.
That was a small
like
mind
that.
trick I did.
Yeah, it's like have you read Atomic Habits?
So I'm gonna be honest, me and books. Me and books. I will listen to podcasts. But
we got audiobooks.
Yeah. It's just me and books. I fall asleep immediately. It just puts me to sleep.
Yeah.
So.
There's a bit in Atomic Habits where it's like if you're trying to instill a new habit, like if you're trying to floss more, don't have your floss like in the drawer in the bathroom. Set it on the counter where you're gonna see it every single day. Like put the things like basically reduce the friction.
Right.
Like do it so you're gonna see it. And it's a reminder every single day. It's the same concept as like sometimes you forget, like we can get complacent, we get content with things, and you forget why you're doing anything. But if you see that reminder every day,
you know your why.
Every time you pick up your phone,
you know your why.
That's good. I like that. Dude.
Yeah.
I feel like we've solved all the world's problems today.
That's it. All right. That's all you got to do. All right. If y'all can do all of that, you can be amazing.
Yeah. Listen to this 90-minute podcast, and that's all you need for the rest of your life.
I love that.
This is good, dude. Is there anything we missed? Anything we want to talk about that we didn't?
I feel like we touched on everything, honestly.
Yeah, dude.
I loved it. That was great.
Well, dude, it's clear you've got the dog in you. The X-rays just came in.
That one little picture was like a dog right here instead of the heart. That's me.
It's that little like pit bull.
Pit
or
bull,
something.
yeah. Pit bull. I got that pit in me, baby. That's how I told you I want an American bully. I need that pit.
Dude, that's perfect. I love that. Dude, you're doing some cool shit. I think I'm excited to see where you go. I think you're only just getting started.
I love that.
It's just the beginning.
That's just the beginning. I got to do 100-miler like you one day.
You don't have to, but you could if you wanted to.
I could one day. That'd be crazy.
It's a matter of just wanting to do it, I think. But,
100%.
Yeah,
that's all it is.
Dude, if anybody wants to connect with you, send you a message or anything, where can they find you at?
So Instagram, Deuce got the juice 2, and then I think that's it on TikTok as well. But yeah,
beautiful. I'll put links and everything in the description. But dude, thanks for coming on. This is fun.
I appreciate you having me, bro. This was great.
Yeah, man. I gotta come out to Tampa next.
I know, dude. That'd be sick. Dude. Like the running community knows you, so like, dude, like you know squids, I say.
Yeah.
And so yeah, no, it'd be sick, bro.
We'll make it happen.
Got to.
Beautiful. All right, dude. Let's go get some food or something.
Oh, yeah, I'm starving.
Thank you so much for tuning into the show. If you enjoyed this episode, please make sure to subscribe to the channel, leave a review, and share it with a friend. We'll see you in the next one.